This old ceiling beam has actually been part of the house for decades. When we started opening things up and took it down, we thought it was probably just another old piece of timber. And I kept stepping over this little big beam in the front garden, just lying there, doing nothing. And I wondered, what could we use it for? I asked John what he thought we would be using the wood for and if he had an idea for it or needed it. And he said, "No, I don't know. What do you think?" He kind of looked at me and said, "What's your idea?" And I said, "Why don't we turn it into the mantle for the fireplace? We've been looking for an old piece of wood just for that, and we have one right here." But once it was down, you could really see the character in the wood, all the marks, the age, the history of the house. John started pulling out the old nails one by one, and that's when we started thinking maybe we shouldn't throw it away after all. So instead of sending it to the scrap pile, we cleaned it up and treated the wood, trying to give it another life. By Monday, John was already stuck into the beam, while I got on with my usual jobs, collecting water, gathering logs, and trying to stay ahead of the dust. And of course, the workshop turned into a complete chaos. Originally, we had thought about buying a fireplace mantle, but then we realised we already had something much better, something that actually come from the house. So John turned the old ceiling beam into our fireplace mantle. John was pulling out nails, fixing, treating, took him time, putting the level out, getting it straight. It was a heavy beam. I was pretty impressed. He just got on with it and it came out amazing. I just love the look of it and can't wait to see how it looks in the design I had put together when I did the living room design, when I put the mantle and the stone on the wall with the cladding and then the stone half. I think it's going to look amazing when it's finished, and now we have the start of it with the mantle now made by John from the home, original beam, and back into the home. But before we got this far, the week had already thrown us a few surprises. It was Monday morning, we were straight back into it, but things didn't quite go to plan. It turns out the insulation we started using follows English standards. But here in Ireland we have to follow European regulations, which meant all the insulation already up had to come back down again. And of course, it's right up there in the highest part of the ceiling. So there's John, one man, doing what is definitely a two-man job, pulling it down and starting again, holding the boards in place, and then having to screw in at such an angle and the heaviness. I'm trying to hold them too, but I can't obviously reach from up there. So it was a little bit of a struggle and took a while, and starting all over again, as this kind of insulation, which works in England, is not allowed, and you actually have to use the foam boards, the wall insulation, even in the ceilings. Well, that took a couple of days, but it's finally finished, and now we can actually get on with what we thought we were doing this week, and that is cutting out, ready for the sockets for the electrician to pop in, which means cutting up the walls. Only small little holes this time, but using the right tools can make the job a lot easier, and John was certainly enjoying using this tool. He also wanted to do a bit of work on the cupboards, the wardrobes in the bedroom. I mean, they were finished, but they're not got all the trims put on and finally put together. And as we were out last time collecting wood, he was able to get the pieces he needed to get this finished and looking great. So he spent a little bit of time, a little bit of finicky, but putting the trims on to make it look nice and finished off like a professional job, really. He's done so well with those wardrobes. Then he made a temporary board to put over the waste area outside, as the metal that was covering the hole for all the pipes and everything was getting rusty and going back into the pipes. So he took that away and just covered it up with a board. Quick and easy, but had to be done. Well, that's kind of what I thought he was doing, but then at one point John disappeared. So after a few times of disappearing, I thought I would go follow him. Turns out he discovered an old tractor, and then he got permission to try and bring it back to life. So he's pumping up the tyres and he's going to work on the tractor. And if he can get it going, he then can use it for many different jobs. So now he can use the tractor to take down the dead trees on Charlie's farm and be able to bring them back and cut them up, and we will have fire logs for a long time, hopefully. But when I caught him at the tractor playing, I could see the big smile on his face. You know, big boys with big toys. We always say it, but it's totally true. And it reminds me of when he hired the digger for the day at the beginning of the renovation. And he was so happy doing all the work around the outside of the house, clearing it to see what was going on. The big smile in the digger was the same smile as him at the tractor. And then back to the cutting for the electrical, and back to what he was supposed to be doing. But it's good to see him having fun in between. I had a little win this week too. My very first Amazon delivery to Ireland, and it actually worked. I changed the country. You just click at the top. There's a little flag at the top of what country you're in. Just click on the flag and then you can change the country. Then make sure you put in the correct address of where you're sending it to. And then that was it. If you need to add an Irish or the country a bank account, like it change the actual payment, I would do that too. But I didn't need to do that. But the small things, that really gives big victories sometimes. I was impressed. John was still being busy cutting out channels into the walls for electrics, ready for the sockets and the switches. It might not look like much yet, but this is the stage where the house slowly starts becoming functional again. But it's a tedious work, and having to move all the furniture and anything out of each room and cutting it out and all the dust. It just took so long. And then the weather arrived. Wind, hail, complete chaos outside. The wind actually blew another piece of metal roof off the shed. But luckily he managed to catch John just in time, chasing it down the garden. It creates quite the video. I shouldn't laugh, but, well, I couldn't help but film it. Back inside, fire going, and John's finally getting back to finishing the work he was supposed to be doing this week and getting the ceiling done. It's been quite the week, and we are looking forward to tomorrow being Sunday. And Sunday came, our usual slower day here. A chance to sleep in a little, have a cooked breakfast, and get stocked up for the week ahead. Then we headed to the beach for a walk, just to clear our minds, take a breath, and enjoy a little bit of time together after a busy week. It certainly wasn't the week we were expecting, but we achieved lots as usual and had a good time doing it. And now we just needed to wind down, ready for the week ahead. Wonder what John's got going on next week.